Life is a journey, a winding path filled with moments of soaring triumphs and humbling setbacks, where every step tests our resilience and shapes our character. It is an intricate dance between our inner strengths, our courage, determination, and wisdom, and our weaknesses, those subtle habits that quietly erode our potential. These habits, often unnoticed, act like shadows that dim our inner light, preventing us from living with the purpose and fortitude we seek. In this transformative journey, we will delve into 7 habits that weaken you, exploring their roots and learning how to overcome them through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that offers not just solace but a roadmap to a life of meaning and strength. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium in Athens in the early 3rd century before our era, is more than an ancient philosophy. It is a practical guide for thriving in a chaotic world. Rooted in the teachings of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what lies within our control, cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline, and facing life as inevitable challenges with equanimity. It teaches us to anchor ourselves in the present, to embrace adversity as a teacher, and to find contentment not in external rewards but in the integrity of our actions. As we explore these 7 habits, let self-awareness be your first step. Recognizing these patterns in your thoughts and behaviors is like shining a light into a darkened room. It reveals what must be addressed. By understanding and confronting these habits, we can replace them with Stoic practices that forge strength, clarity, and inner peace, transforming not just our actions but our entire way of being. Habit 1. Procrastination, the thief of time. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to wisdom, once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best progress." Procrastination is the silent saboteur of progress, the act of delaying tasks and responsibilities that could propel us forward. It is a habit that afflicts many, from students postponing assignments to professionals avoiding critical decisions. It whispers excuses, feeding on our fears of failure or discomfort, and in doing so, it steals our most precious resource, time. Procrastination doesn't just delay our goals, it erodes our confidence, leaving us trapped in a cycle of guilt and missed opportunities. The Stoic antidote to procrastination lies in embracing the present moment and acting with intention. Stoicism teaches us that the past is gone, the future uncertain, and the only moment we truly own is now. Epictetus urged us to focus on what is within our control, our actions, choices, and attitudes, and to release anxiety over outcomes we cannot dictate. Procrastination often arises from worrying about a task as difficulty or its potential results, paralyzing us before we begin. To break this habit, adopt a Stoic mindset. Remind yourself that the process, not the outcome, is what matters. Start with small, actionable steps. Write 1 sentence, organize 1 drawer, or plan 1 meeting and build momentum. For example, if you are delaying a project, commit to working on it for just 5 minutes. Often, starting is the hardest part, and action begets action. Consider the Stoic practice of memento mori, reflecting on mortality. Imagine time as a finite hourglass, each grain slipping away. This perspective, far from morbid, is empowering. It urges us to act now, to make every moment count. Epictetus would counsel us to ask, is this delay within my control, or am I surrendering my power to fear? By focusing on the task at hand and embracing the discomfort of effort, we reclaim our agency, set clear, manageable goals, and celebrate small victories to reinforce progress. Over time, this practice builds discipline, turning action into habit. Remember, every moment you postpone is a moment lost forever, but every step you take now strengthens your resolve for the challenges ahead. Habit 2. Negative self-talk, the enemy within. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it. Our internal dialogue shapes our reality, influencing our self-esteem, confidence, and emotional well-being." Negative self-talk, those relentless inner voices that criticize, doubt, and belittle, is a habit that undermines our potential. It whispers, "You are not good enough," or "You'll fail," sowing seeds of insecurity that paralyze us. This habit is insidious, often operating below conscious awareness, yet its impact is profound, eroding our ability to pursue goals and face life as trials with courage. Stoicism offers a powerful counter to negative self-talk, mastery over our thoughts through rationality and self-compassion. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that our perceptions, not external events, determine our emotional state. He practiced daily reflection, examining his thoughts to ensure they aligned with reason and virtue. To combat negative self-talk, Begin by observing your thoughts as an impartial witness. When you catch yourself thinking, I always mess up, pause and ask, is this true? What evidence supports or refutes this? Often, these thoughts are distortions, born of fear rather than fact. For instance, if you berate yourself for a mistake at work, reframe it, this error taught me a better approach for next time. Stoicism also encourages self-compassion, treating yourself with the kindness you'd extend to a friend. Seneca, another Stoic luminary, wrote, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. When self-criticism arises, counter it with affirmations grounded in reality. I am capable of learning and growing. Practice daily journaling, a Stoic habit, to track negative thoughts and replace them with rational alternatives. Over time, this rewires your mind, fostering resilience. Imagine Marcus Aurelius facing a military defeat yet writing, if this is endurable, then endure it. By adopting this mindset, you transform self-talk from a foe into an ally, empowering you to meet challenges with clarity and grace. Habit 3. Seeking external validation, the approval trap. Epictetus taught, stop looking for things that happen and start looking for things that never happen. The habit of seeking external validation, craving approval from others, makes us vulnerable, tethering our self-worth to fleeting opinions. It is a trap that leads us to prioritize others' judgments over our own values, weakening our sense of identity and purpose. Whether it is chasing likes on social media or altering our behavior to please a colleague, this habit surrenders our autonomy, leaving us at the mercy of forces beyond our control. Stoicism reminds us that true confidence comes from within, rooted in our character and actions. Epictetus distinguished between what we control, our thoughts, choices, and virtues, and what we don't, like others' opinions. Seeking validation is futile because we cannot dictate how others perceive us, no matter how hard we try. To break free, start by acknowledging the impermanence of external praise. Reflect on a time you sought approval. Perhaps you stayed silent to avoid conflict, and ask, did their approval make me truly happier? Often, the answer is no. External validation is a hollow substitute for self-respect. Stoicism calls us to align our actions with virtues like wisdom, honesty, and kindness. Consider the Stoic exercise of premeditatio malorum, anticipating challenges. Imagine someone disapproving of your decision, then affirm, their opinion is not my truth, my worth lies in my integrity. Practice acting according to your principles, even if it risks disapproval. For example, speak your truth in a meeting, focusing on the value of your contribution rather than the response. Over time, this builds an inner compass, unshaken by external winds. As you cultivate self-reliance, you'll find a deeper, more enduring sense of validation that no one can take away. Habit 4. Complaining, the habit of powerlessness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Complaining is a habit that traps us in negativity, fixating on what is wrong rather than what we can change. It fosters a victim mindset, convincing us that circumstances control our happiness. Whether it is grumbling about traffic or a difficult boss, complaining drains our energy and reinforces a sense of helplessness, keeping us stuck in a cycle of discontent. Stoicism teaches us to reframe our perspective and take ownership of our reactions. Marcus Aurelius believed that external events are neutral, it is our judgments that assign them meaning. A Stoic doesn't deny hardship but chooses how to respond. To overcome complaining, practice gratitude daily. List 3 things you are thankful for, no matter how small, like a warm meal or a kind word. This shifts your focus from lack to abundance. For example, instead of complaining about a rainy day, appreciate how it nourishes the earth or offers a chance to read indoors. Seneca advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When the urge to complain arises, pause and ask, what can I control here? If stuck in traffic, you can change the delay, but you can listen to an audiobook or practice deep breathing. The Stoic practice of amor fati, loving your fate, encourages embracing challenges as opportunities. A difficult colleague becomes a chance to practice patience, a setback, a lesson in resilience. By replacing complaints with proactive responses, you reclaim your power, transforming obstacles into stepping stones for growth. Habit 5. Chasing empty pleasures, the illusion of happiness. Seneca wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. The pursuit of material wealth and fleeting pleasures is a habit that promises fulfillment but delivers emptiness. It lures us with the illusion that more money, gadgets, or status will satisfy us, yet each acquisition only fuels further desire. This habit distracts us from life's deeper joys, weakening our ability to find contentment in the present and eroding our connection to what truly matters. Stoicism teaches that happiness lies in cultivating inner virtues, not accumulating external goods. Seneca distinguished between needs: food, shelter, relationships, and desires, which are often insatiable. To break this habit, practice apathy of freedom from destructive passions by questioning your cravings. Before buying something new, ask, will this truly enhance my life, or am I chasing a fleeting thrill? Reflect on a time you pursued a material goal, like a new phone, only to find the excitement faded quickly. This reveals the cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Stoicism advocates simplicity and gratitude. Try a Stoic exercise. For 1 week, limit unnecessary purchases and savor what you already have: a cozy home, a favorite book, or a walk in nature. Seneca's letters emphasize finding joy in modest pleasures, like a quiet evening or a meaningful conversation. By focusing on virtues, kindness, wisdom, courage, you build a foundation for lasting fulfillment. Imagine living as Seneca did, content with little, yet rich in spirit. This shift liberates you from materialism, anchoring your happiness in what cannot be bought or lost. Habit 6. Avoiding challenges, the comfort zone trap. Epictetus declared, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Staying within your comfort zone, avoiding challenges, is a habit that stifles growth and limits potential. It asks the choice to play it safe, skipping a job opportunity, avoiding tough conversations, or shying away from new skills out of fear of failure or discomfort. This habit keeps us stagnant, preventing us from developing the resilience and adaptability needed to thrive in an ever-changing world. Stoicism views challenges as crucible for growth. Epictetus believed that adversity tests and strengthens our virtues. To overcome this habit, identify where you avoid challenges. Perhaps you hesitate to speak publicly or pursue a passion due to fear of judgment. Start small, commit to one uncomfortable action, like joining a class or initiating a difficult discussion. The Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort, deliberately facing hardship, like fasting or waking early, builds courage. For example, try a cold shower to embrace discomfort physically, reinforcing your mental fortitude. Reflect on Epictetus' life. Born a slave, he faced countless hardships yet became a revered philosopher. He saw challenges as opportunities to practice patience, perseverance, and wisdom. When facing a challenge, ask, what virtue can I cultivate here? A tough project at work becomes a chance to hone discipline, a personal conflict, and exercise in empathy. By stepping into the unknown, you expand your capacity, discovering strengths you never knew you had. Each challenge overcome is a victory, building a life of boldness and growth. Habit 7. Dwelling on the past, the chains of regret. Marcus Aurelius wrote, your mind is subject to you, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Dwelling on the past, replaying mistakes, regrets, or lost opportunities is a habit that anchors us in what cannot be changed. It breeds guilt and shame, clouding our ability to live fully in the present. Whether it as a failed relationship or a career misstep, this habit traps us in a cycle of what-ifs, weakening our resolve to move forward. Stoicism teaches acceptance of the past and focus on the present. Marcus Aurelius practiced nightly reflection, not to dwell on errors but to learn from them. To break this habit, acknowledge past mistakes without judgment. Write a letter to yourself about a regret, then respond with compassion, as if advising a friend. For example, if you regret a missed opportunity, note what you learned, perhaps resilience or the value of action and how it shapes your choices now. The Stoic concept of amor fati, loving your fate, encourages embracing the past as necessary for your growth. Seneca wrote, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Practice mindfulness to stay present. Focus on your breath or surroundings when regrets surface. Set a forward-looking goal, like learning a skill or rebuilding a relationship, to channel energy into what you can control. By forgiving yourself and acting in the now, you break the chains of regret, forging a path to a purposeful future. In this journey through 7 weakening habits, we've uncovered the transformative power of Stoicism: procrastination, negative self-talk, seeking validation, complaining, chasing pleasures, avoiding challenges, and dwelling on the past. These are not just habits but barriers to a life of virtue and meaning. Stoicism, with its focus on control, virtue, and resilience, offers a path to dismantle these barriers. It teaches us to master our minds, embrace adversity, and find joy in the present, free from external dependencies or past burdens. As you embark on this path, know that transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, as Marcus Aurelius was, reflecting daily on his progress. Practice Stoic exercises, journaling, gratitude, voluntary discomfort to embed these principles in your life. With persistence, you'll replace weakness with strength, living with the clarity and courage of a Stoic. Seize this moment to begin, for as Seneca said, while we are postponing, life speeds by. If this video inspired you, subscribe for more insights on personal growth and Stoicism, and share in the comments which habit you tackle first. Thank you for joining this journey. Until next time, live wisely.